Forget what they told you. Arbitrage trading is still one of the best way to make money in crypto in 2026 because matter of fact, it keeps your capital intact. You cannot lose a whole lot in a short interval with an arbitrage trading. So that's why I'm saying it is still one of the best way because of the fact that it still keeps your capital intact irrespective of the condition of the market. So I'm going to be showing you how to do it because a whole lot of you still find it very difficult to spot the opportunity. Okay, and by the way, without spotting the opportunity, there is no way that the arbitrage trading is going to take place. That is the more reason spotting of the opportunity plays a very significant role. And don't worry, I'll be showing you how to go about spotting the opportunity in this video, so that way you can think of taking an advantage of it. So let's get straight into the video real quick. And do also like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers. Okay, so now in order to spot this opportunity, I do use various ways. One of the most common way I do use is by heading on to coinmarketcap.com. I'm going to go over here to search for Solana token, CoinMarketCap. Then I'll click on the second result shown right there. After clicking on the second result, you get to realize that there are a bunch of Solana token on coinmarketcap.com. So now that the interface is open up, as you can see, there are a bunch of Solana tokens here. So I'm going to be picking any one from here. Let me show you how to do this. There is not like a specific reason in picking any one. Just pick any one that has a very decent volume. Let's go for this one called AAVE, because if you should click on it, you get to realize that it has a very decent volume. So anyone you intend to use in doing this, make sure that it is quite very popular and it has a very decent volume, so your collateral can be intact, because there are some coins you buy all in the name of arbitrage. Within few hours or few days, the coin drastically go down. So do not trade with coins that do not have reputation. You only have to trade with coins that is significantly known by a whole lot of people. So now this one has about 341 million traded volume within the last 24 hours, and it has even gone down by 41%. So that's to clearly show you that a lot of people are actually buying and selling it within the last 24 hours, which makes it very liquid. So let's go over to the market section. This is where we would need to spot the opportunity between a centralized exchange. By the way, keep in mind this is all going to be done on a particular centralized exchange, and in this case I'm using Binance. Although there is an arbitrage trading opportunity between two different centralized exchanges like Bybit and Binance, or KuCoin and Gate.io, you can do the transfer between those exchanges. But those one seems to be very costly due to the fact of the fees being involved, because you will need to pay a little gas fee to transfer via the blockchain. So now this one is at 126. As you can see, the Ethereum of the AAVE on Binance 126.24. Meanwhile, this one is at 126.15. How about we buy here and sell on Ethereum? As simple as that. Let us head on to Binance and let me show you how to do it. So my mentorship in arbitrage is still ongoing, because I do send out signals. If you don't want to do all this yourself, I will teach you how to do it as well, and along the line I'll be giving you signals on where to buy and where to sell respectively on the mentorship group. So if you're interested, send a DM. My number is going to be down in the description below. So now we will need to search for the first currency, which is AAVE USDT. So the way I do buy my own is pretty simple. I do use either limit order or market order. Limit order will help you set a price at which you want to buy it for, so that you can get to know what to expect. When you put it at 1.2640 something, any price you put in there on this section, it is going to get executed based off of that price. But if you use market order, this one market order, Binance is going to try as much to buy for you at the most cheapest price possible on the order book. That's the simple explanation of all of this. So it all lies on you, whichever one you intend to use. If you want to do a little waiting, use the limit order. If you don't have the patience, use market order. Let us use limit order, because in arbitrage, limit order will help you out in many scenarios, because there are some people that will probably get trapped in on sort of like lack of liquidity. So when using limit order, it will set you, like, it will keep you away from that lack of liquidity, if that makes sense. So let's put a price at this range and let us wait for the triggering to happen. It will happen in no time. But if you do not want to wait any much longer, it is always advisable to buy it based off of the market price. And by the way, before you buy it, you might have had a little sum of BNB on your wallet. As you can see, there is about 1.52 BNB. This will help you pay the 0.075% fee on any order that got triggered. So when you buy, for an instance, on this section, if the buy limit order get triggered, you are going to be paying the 0.075% fee. If you also want to sell on the other way around, you are still going to pay the 0.075% fee. Okay, either using market order or limit order. Once it gets triggered successfully, your fee is going to be deducted from the BNB. So that is the more reason I add the BNB here, so it can be used to pay the fee. If you cannot like afford the BNB, due to your capital, your capital range, you can still go ahead to trade, but it will be deducted with 0.1%. So instead of discounting the 25%, 0.1% will be deducted automatically from the USDT you use in buying the coin. So having the BNB will set you up to minimize some fees that will be applicable in some scenarios. So that's the more reason it is very mandatory. Let us buy it using market order real quick, so we will not have to wait any much longer. So I think it was successfully triggered. Let us go over to the trading history and see what we have there. Trading history, it was filled at 1.2668. So now all we are going to be doing now is to sell it. Click on sell on this side and then change the order type to limit. Change it to limit. Although we are not going to be selling on this currency, we'll be selling on the other currency, which is called AAVE Ethereum. This is the one we are selling on. So on this one, you will need to make a sell price. You will need to just make a sell price, and you're selling it based off of the order book. So as you can see, we should be selling within these prices on order book. But if you want to probably optimize your profit, you can make a little still an in-depth research about the debt. This will help you know if it is primed to go up by 2% or not, so that you can get to also queue alongside with the seller, such that if the market heads towards triggering the liquidity, you are all going to get included. So now let us quickly head on to the third page of the AAVE, and we are looking for the debt. Look at the debt here. This one says 30,000. This one I'm always emphasizing on this. This debt do not lie. If probably show you the opportunity, you have to quickly act on it, because it can change within the twinkle of an eye. It will not last. These numbers do change over time. So now this one says 30,000, this one says about 12,000, which clearly means that the coin is primed to go up by 2% in a short time, so that this 30,000 will be liquidated before heading towards its initial direction. So that's what I'm saying. If you want to make money now, you can choose to place in your order 2% above the current value you got it for, or even as high as 7%. Yesterday we went for 5% and it got trigger, like, pretty much. So it all lies on you, whichever percent you want to go, but don't go beyond like 7, 8, or 9, okay, so that you can still be intact. If the market head towards taking out that liquidity, you are all going to get included, because it is better to get included than missing out on it. So always keep it very low. 7% times 1.26.68, that's going to give us this price. Then we click on equal to. If you want to click on equal to, it is still optional. If you want to still add it up like that, it is still the same as well. So we are adding that by 126.68, because 126.68 is the value we got it for. So we are selling 7% above the current value we got it for, as simple as that. That's going to give us a selling price of 135.54. And the way you determine this price in Ethereum is simple: 135.54. So look at the calculator. The calculator says what? 135.54. So you're going to come on to convert. If you want to do it the easiest way, come on to convert, and then we are converting from USDT to Ethereum. So that's going to be pretty straightforward. So come on here and change this first one to USDT, and the second one, which is the bottom one, change it to Ethereum. Then the value was what? 135, I think so, yeah, 135.54. That's going to give you a selling price on Ethereum of 0.05926, or 0.059, or 0.06 approximately, but we are putting it at 0.05926. So still be on there and go over to trade, and then you click on sell. We are selling for 0.5926. That's the value. And then you get to realize that this is the value of Ethereum will be getting when it gets triggered. Then you click on sell. So allow it to be there. It will get triggered in less than few hours, and that is how you make your 7%. And you can do it repeatedly, but only do this with a little money, because in as much as you are expecting this order to be triggered for your profit to be made, always keep in mind it can take a while. There is always ups and downs, because usually it can take longer than expected in some scenarios, but in some days it can take few hours. So always make sure you are aware of the volatility and the risks involved. So that'll be all for now, and let's wait for the triggering to happen, and I'll get you all back.